Hi guys, welcome to Learn with W3Schools. My name is Dr. Zeeshan and welcome to Java Programming for Beginners course using W3Schools website as a reference web data. We have been talking about Java and we have already covered data types, variables, comments and other topics in our this course. Today we're going to delve more into typecasting, what exactly is typecasting and how we use and why we use it. Well, basically to convert one data into another and how that works inside Java, we're going to talk about it. If you are following me, then you would already know that we have talked about the previous sessions. This is again the continuation of that. If you are here for the first time and just ended up in this video, please do subscribe to the channel, follow along and check out the older sessions because we have already covered all these previous topics and then we will be continuing in the coming days all of these topics individually as well. So don't forget to subscribe. Let me know in comments how far have you reached, any problem, any issues, any confusions, anything that you did not understood or miss out, and then we can cover that again if that need be. Okay, so without further ado, let's begin. Okay, now what do we mean by typecasting? Based on the memory size as well, typecasting plays an important role. Now, what happens if I declare a variable as integer? In this case, area as integer. Later on, after some time, I say, hey, let me declare a short new, for example, I can say new area, and then I can say assign area to it and plus 30 to it, for example. Okay, now all it says is even not do this plus 30 to it, just assign area to it. Okay, what happens now? Now see, area is of type integer. Okay, integer means it occupies 4 bytes in memory. However, we have declared a short that occupies 2 bytes in memory. Now what should happen? How come a data that is of 4 bytes can be assigned to a value that is of 2 bytes? Okay, so that means the data of 2 bytes is lost. This can contain a bigger value. In simpler sense, for example, byte I know can only contain 127. So if I assign a length here, okay, or if I assign a short value to a byte that only has a limited value, so in that case, again, I will have a problem. Okay, that problem will also mean that if I, for example, have byte, and then I can say, hey, byte, for example, new width width is equals to width width. Now, what should happen now? The width is supposed to be 600. It's out of the range of byte because byte can only contain 127. What should I do now? What should happen in this case? So this is the problem that happens when once we declare the variable, and at certain times we need to shuffle between the variables value. This is where the problem starts to grow. Okay, so that problem, or in order to avoid this problem, we do something called typecasting. Okay, what happens when your data is reassigned to a smaller value? So by default, there is two basic approaches. By default, what we say, widening casting is done automatically, meaning that a shorter memory size can easily be casted to a larger memory size and there should not be a problem. Remember, byte occupies only 1 byte, short has 2 bytes, character again has 2 bytes, integer has 4 bytes, long has 8 bytes, and then float has 4 bytes and double has 8 bytes. So a widening casting means that from a smaller to a larger, if you are going there, then you don't need to be worried about anything. But if you are going from a larger to shorter, then there is a big problem. Okay, then there is a big problem. The problem then arises that, hey, if you are going to do that, you have to make sure that you do it properly, and for that we need to do something manual casting. Okay, in other words, if you want to go for double to float, again, now double is an 8-bit and you want to go down to a 4-bit, you have to do something called manual casting. In our other case, when you want to do long to integer, now long occupies 8 bytes, integer occupies 4 bytes. So for a larger memory size to a smaller memory size, you need to do something called casting. Okay. Similarly, integer can go into a character, but then manually you have to do casting, and then short and byte. Okay. So if you follow the reverse order of memory sizing, you need to do something called manual typecasting. So widening typecasting, here's an example. We have an integer, it's a 4 byte. We declare an integer variable. We can easily assign this integer variable to a double, no problem, because double is 8 bytes. Okay, so a smaller value can easily go into a larger memory size, no problem, and you will not get any error. Automatic casting is done from integer to double. We don't have to worry about that, no problem. So if you print integer, my integer, it will print a 9. If you print my double, it will print 9.0. Where does the 0 come from? Because this is a decimal value. So if you don't specify it, 0.0 is added. This is a simple thing. How about narrow casting? Now this is where the real thing comes into play that you have to work with. Whenever you want to do the narrow casting, for example, from double to integer, okay, so if I declare a double 9.78, again D is preceded here. D is specifying that this is a double value. This is something annoying, but it's done in Java nonetheless. You have to, if it's float, you have to provide F. If it is double, you have to provide the value D, etc. So this is 9.78. D is just for the reference that this is a double value. And then now this larger double 8-bit value is going to go inside this 4-bit value. How to do that? We use the double, same as the other way. So we declare integer, my integer, we declare a double, but then we declared something else. Now this is called typecasting, where within brackets we declare a data type. Doing this will tell Java that this is a double 8-bit, but you are casting this 8-bit value into this 4-bit value using this casting thing. So this is simply how we do casting. In other words, just use the round brackets and the type of data you are converting it into. So in this case, where we had all of these things, if you are following from double to float to long to integer to character short byte, you have to do casting. And to do that, for example, from long, if it's going to integer, we write a parenthesis integer. If it's from integer to character, we in parenthesis write to integer. Whatever is being converted into, we write that data type inside the parenthesis. If character is being converted to short, I would go inside parentheses and write short. If short is going into byte, I would write in parentheses byte. That's it. So we just need to specify the type of data, that hey, I'm using this type of data. Now this can be very easily done. So if you do that, if the casting is done, the value is saved inside my integer. But remember, this is integer. So if a decimal value is stored in an integer, the decimal points are lost. So if you print my double, which is the original double value, it will print 9.78. However, now when you print it integer, which has been casted from the double values, integer will only print the first letter. The point decimal values are lost. Do keep in mind all that. Okay. So once this is done, we can work with that. So in real life, there are various different scenarios that we can do. So here there's a program that basically calculates some floating point values and processes that. Okay. We take an integer number, we multiply an integer numbers with a decimal value, and whatever the answer comes, because we have a decimal value in the end as well, so the answer needs to be converted back into a floating value. So we just simply write the float value. So in this case, integer is being casted into float, and as per our chain, when integer needs to go back here, it has to be done into casting. Okay, wonderful. So we assign that value here and we print it. Okay, so I hope that clears basics of casting. Now let's talk more about Java operators. Okay, so we just finished about talking about typecasting, and hopefully you understand the basic concepts of what exactly typecasting are and how we use them. Next, we're going to talk more about operators. So if you still haven't subscribed, please do subscribe and follow along, hit that bell icon so you receive the next video as soon as it's uploaded. Okay, this is Dr. Zeeshan Bhatti signing off.